Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna do some coloring today and some chat, and I'm gonna try to film from the left side, and this is a really weird camera angle. I don't know how it's gonna work out. We'll try it and see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll go back to doing it from the right side. But I think because it's gloomy today, it's gonna kind of make a shadow. I'm like showing, it looks like there's gonna be a shadow, but we'll see how it goes. I'm doing some stuff in the Deborah Muller color along that's going on right now for our fall freak out, and we're working out of Ghoulish Girls, Zombie Girls, Day of the Dead Girls, or the Fall Girls. And this color along ends on Sunday, and then we're going to start another one on Monday. So I did this one already yesterday. Well, no, the day before yesterday. Today's Friday, so it would have been Thursday. I colored this. This one is from Zombie Girls, and so I did this one. I was staying at my mom's, kind of threw my whole week off because my mom got sick on Tuesday, and she called me and asked me if I would come stay with her. And she just didn't feel easy being left alone. So I came with her. She's been having some stomach problems. She's feeling better now, so I'm back home again. Like I said, I came home last night, kind of like late in the evening, and I did take my coloring with me, but it had kind of thrown things off as far as like my upload schedule for my Avon videos and stuff. But that's okay because my mom's the most important thing. So, and she does have a doctor's appointment next week that I'm going to take her to, and hopefully we can get to the bottom. She's just having a lot of problems with her stomach, and you know, her husband passed away. It'd be 3 years next week, and I think she's just feeling bad and needed somebody there with her. So I did this one while I was there, like I said, from Zombie Girls, and I used Bic markers and Prismacolor pencils and some washi tape there. And now I'm going to color from Ghoulish Girls, and I started this one the other day at my mom's, and so I'm gonna continue working on that, and I'll show you guys. I'm also uploading a video for YouTube right now while I do this. So this is from Ghoulish Girls, and it is like kind of a little Lizzie Borden type coloring. I've used Bic markers on it all over, and then I used some jelly roll pens, like the glittery ones, on her bows, her eyeshadow, the axe, the blood, and also a white jelly roll pen to outline the trees. So I was going to go in with pencils and kind of shade this and see, you know, just get it going. So I'm going to grab some pencils and we will get started. Have my glasses here. Let's see. So yeah, I'm a little flustered because I haven't done one of these videos in a long time, so I don't really know like exactly. I don't know, I feel discombobulated. Also, like I said, I'm uploading a video, and I think it's stuck. So I might have to cancel it and start over again. Let me do that before I start coloring. I'm sorry, you guys. Let me do that really, really quick. So yeah, like I said, we're going to do another color along starting on Monday in the Deborah Muller group, and that one, I believe, I mean, the choice of what books we use is up to me, but I think I'm going to use her two latest coloring books, which would be Dark Darlings and Halloween Sweets and Pinups, for the color along, as well as something that's not Halloween, but I haven't decided on that one yet. So, because there's people that don't celebrate Halloween, and we want them to be able to participate, so I want, you know, something for everybody. And if you don't have the books that we choose to use, it's okay, because we always, sorry, I'm just uploading my video, clicking it again to start uploading. We always choose something, some freebies, so anybody can participate, even if they don't have the the books, you know, because we don't want anybody to be left out. So I'm going to go ahead and go in and start shading with my Tuscan Red Prismacolor here on her dress, I think. And like I said, it's really different for me to, I might zoom in just a little, see how that works. Oops. I'll zoom in a little bit. I don't want to do too much. Okay, we'll try that. So I'm just like randomly starting. I guess I'll start here at the bottom. I don't know, like I said, if this angle is going to work or not, but we'll give it a shot. If it doesn't, when I do the next one, I can go back and do it from the other angle. I just don't have a big space. My mom gave me a couple, like 2 weeks ago. No, was it 2 weeks ago? It was last week. Sunday. Was it Sunday? What day did I come? I'm so confused. Yes, it was Sunday. I was at her house because Keith and I had gone out there to take her to dinner and just hang out with her. And then Tuesday, like I said, she called when she didn't feel good. But, so Sunday she had given me a bookshelf that she had. And so I could use one extra for my coloring area because I have like so many coloring books and so many supplies, and they're just kind of, I mean, I have them like neatly organized. They're in cases and bins and stuff like that. They're not just like laying all around, but they, you know, kind of cluttered together because I don't have a lot of space. So I was really happy to get that shelf. So, I need to this weekend go through my coloring stuff, and I'm gonna actually I'm gonna give some of it to somebody. My mom cooks for this guy that lives a couple doors down from her. He's a veteran. He's a couple years older than me, so I would say he's probably in his, he's probably 50, maybe 50, between like 50 and 52, I would say. And he is a veteran of the Iraq War, and he has PTSD, and he is disabled from it. He's on disability, and my mom cooks for him 5 nights a week. Now, this is a job she's paid to cook for him, but she doesn't really make any money from it because she gives them really good meals. And so I don't, he has a family member that manages his finances for him, and they pay my mom bi-weekly, but basically she just uses the whole amount that they pay her for the food, like the supplies. And if she ends up going out to dinner that day, he gets something from the restaurant, you know. It just depends on like what she's got going on that day. If she's had appointments or, you know, whatever, and doesn't feel like cooking, but he gets really good meals from her. And so anyways, he colors also. And what day my mom was telling me, she goes, you know, he colors, I'm not going to say his name, but she said so-and-so colors, and I was like, oh, he does? And she said, yeah. So someone had given me a calendar. This was like last year at the start of the year, or this year at the start of the year, I guess I should say. They had given me like one of those coloring calendars, like a full-size one where you color every month, a page for every month. And I knew I wasn't probably going to color in it. And so I said, well, I'm going to go get a lighter colored pencil to go in here in the space to highlight a little bit. So I said to her, I said, well, I got this calendar I could give him. And so I did. And, you know, he seemed to like that pretty well. So the other day so I grabbed 2 pencils here, my white Prismacolor and Carmine Red, to make some highlight spots in her dress. So the other day, yesterday, I guess it was yesterday, we were taking him dinner because we had gone out to eat, my mom and I and Keith, since she was feeling a little bit better, and she got his dinner from the restaurant. So on the way home, we pulled in his driveway to give him his food, and he got out and he was talking to me and Keith, and then I told him, I said, well, I have so many coloring books, and I said, I know that there's some that I'm going to sharpen, so it might be loud. Hold on. I said, I know there's probably some that I'm never going to use. Would you be interested in having them? And he said, yes. He goes, I'd like that a lot. You know, thank you so much. And I said, okay, well, I have to come back out Tuesday to take my mom to the doctor. So I said, I will bring them to you. So that's what I'm going to do this weekend. Kind of go through my supplies and, you know, pass them along to him. And my mom has some of my coloring in her house in a frame, you know, framed, and on display. And so he said to me, he goes, well, I don't color as good as you do. You know, I'm nothing like you. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, thank you for the compliment. But I said, you know, I just put pencils and markers down on paper. I'm not doing anything special, you know. And he said that, you know, he likes to use pencils too. He said he likes markers, but that he thinks they dry out too quick, and he doesn't, you know, want to have to replace them all the time. So all I did, you know, was like take the white and lay it down, and then I took the lighter color to kind of make that pop a little. And that's what I do when I'm doing these, you know, where I put pencils over markers. That's how I do it. So yeah, so now I have an excuse to go through and kind of share my coloring supplies with somebody that could probably really benefit from them. I think he uses that as a, you know, like we all do, a little bit of stress release and stuff like that. So yeah, I know there's a shadow over my hand. When this one is done, I'm going to go back and look at it. And before I pick it up again, I might, you know, like I said, switch angles again. We'll just see how it goes. So, but I know I mentioned I'll do some color and chats for Halloween telling ghost stories. And I have my ghost stories, oops, I went over, already lined up. Like I know what I'm going to talk about, but I don't think... in this one, I don't think I'll get anything started, but I was thinking in the next one for sure, like the next video, which might just be a continuation on this picture or something. I haven't figured it out yet, exactly what I'm doing, but yeah, so that's what I got going on. It was so nice to get home last night. It's not like I was gone for a long time, but it's always nice when you're gone away from home, when you get home, to be able to, you know, sleep in your own bed and see your pets and just have everything the way you want it to be. My mom, look under the desk. It looks like I got a pencil under the desk, or a gel pen or something. I'll have to pick that up. My mom lives a very different kind of lifestyle than I do. She has, I don't know if I mentioned this in another video. I probably have at one time, but she has OCD, and she has it pretty severe. It hasn't always been this bad, but since my stepdad has passed, I think it's gotten worse because of living alone. And not having somebody there is like to distract her from her thoughts has kind of taken a toll. And she just does things that are odd. You know, my mom, she's not like a strange person. Like you wouldn't meet her and go, boy, that lady's weird or anything like that. But she has behaviors, you know, from the OCD that are odd, and I kind of am getting concerned about them because I think it's starting to affect the quality, I gotta check my video there, the quality of her life. She doesn't like, she's super tidy and clean, which is a good thing, right? Of course. But she likes everything to be very sparse. Like, she doesn't like a lot of things, which actually surprises me that she has some of my coloring framed, because she doesn't like stuff, knickknacks, souvenirs, things like that. She doesn't like that stuff. She doesn't like candles or anything around. She likes her counters empty and her, you know, like, she just likes that bare, sparse, barren kind of look to her home. She doesn't have things on end tables or knickknacks or things like that. So it's kind of surprising that she actually does have, you know, sitting in a frame, you know, on like her counter in her kitchen. Well, between her kitchen and her living room is one that I did, and then she has some others in a few other places. But like, she doesn't like, this is one of those weird things, she doesn't like groceries. I know, it's like, who doesn't like groceries? She doesn't like groceries. She doesn't like looking in the refrigerator and seeing a lot of food in there. It overwhelms her. It causes her stress. And so she basically buys her food daily. I mean, she'll have a few things on hand. And when I say a few things, I'm talking a very few things. Like, she'll have like a carton of eggs, maybe. She has some condiments in there, like ranch dressing or mustard, you know. She might have, she always usually has yogurt, because she does eat yogurt every day. So she'll buy like a 6-pack of Activia or something. But that's basically it. And her cupboards are bare also. Like, you know, like most people have a stash of canned goods, vegetables, soups, tuna, you know, whatever else you might have in your cupboard. My mom does not. She's not like that. And I'm not used to living that way. We have a ton of food at our house, which is probably why I weigh 1 billion pounds, but but we just have a lot of food, and I like it that way because I kind of grew up without having food in the house. Not because we were poor, I was hungry, that's not why, but just because my mom doesn't like that, you know. And so if, you know, we didn't plan out like our meals in advance and then go grocery shopping, because she didn't like the groceries sitting in the pantry and stuff like that. So I love this way, the way I live now, where we go to the grocery store, you know, once a week or once every week and a half, and we buy all, because we know what meals we feel like making, and we buy all the ingredients and we have stuff on hand. You know, our house, if I all of a sudden on a whim say, I feel like making chocolate chip cookies, you know, I pretty much have the ingredients on hand to make chocolate chip cookies. Or if I say, I'd like to make some whatever, you know, just whatever it is. We usually like cornbread. I've always got cornmeal in the refrigerator or in the cupboard, or, you know, we have just stuff. It's like, you know, and I like that. It's comforting to me because I grew up differently than that, and it's something that I enjoy. So anytime I go to my mom's, like the first thing I said when she called me on Tuesday, when she said, could you come over? I don't feel good. First thing I said is, sure, I'll be there. And, you know, I got to pack a bag and I have a few things to do, so I'll be there in a couple hours. And then I said, but do you have food? And she said no. So I basically just did some grocery shopping in our house. You know, I like got out a bag and I put a box of Triscuits in and a couple packs of tuna. I like that herb and garlic tuna that comes in the foil pack. I can make a sandwich out of that or a salad with it. So I grabbed a couple packs of those, and I took like 3 or 4 cans of Coca-Cola and some apples and what else? I think I brought something else. I don't remember what else I brought. My coffee creamer, you know, just stuff like that, so that I would have food without having to go out to the store and buy anything, you know, because that's just how it is. Oh, a couple cans of soup. I grabbed a couple cans of soup too, you know. And then, like, I mean, and she likes to eat out and everything, and we ended up getting takeout from someplace one night, and then we went, but she just doesn't have that. She doesn't live like other people do, and it's kind of stressful, when as a guest in her home, it's kind of hard to, you can't, you got to make that adjustment or whatever. So I'll probably go back and shade that, or blend it with a blending pencil too. So we're at 20 minutes. You know what? I might just stop that right now, because these are so much easier to upload when they're quick and little chatty things. And then I'm going to go back and review this and see how it looks from this angle, and then make a decision on whether I want to keep it in that angle or switch it over. And then I'll pick up and do some more. All right, so I know this has been a short one and we just got started, but I will be back in a little bit. I'll see you then.